everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I will be sharing an updated review of my Hermes Orans. I've been using these, so I think I've had these sandals for a while now, and I think with the summer weather, I have with summer and things slowly opening up, I feel like I've been wearing my Orans more often, and I've noticed and now that I've worn it for some time now, I feel like I finally broke. I feel like the leather on the top part of the straps. Now that some time has passed since I've purchased these shoes and I've worn them for a while, I thought it would be good to share an update of how I feel about these shoes, how I feel about these sandals. So my feet are on the wider side than narrow, but I wouldn't say it's completely wide where it doesn't fit a normal shoe. And for me, I did go up half a size, but looking back, I should have probably gone up like a full shoe size. I am 38, but these are current. This pair is 38 and a half. So as I'm wearing these, I learned that the top part definitely stretch out over time, and I want to say it kind of molds to the top of your foot, so when you wear it, it just feels comfortable and it feels really good. But to get to that level or to that state, it did take me about 4, I want to say, really long wears. And during that time, I made sure I put band-aids on the right and left of my foot for both sides, because I've noticed that over time, I don't know if it's because it was hot, but my feet would start kind of swelling up a little bit, or not swelling, but kind of sticking to the leather and rubbing and getting a blister. So to kind of prevent that and help with that, I decided to just put band-aids, which has definitely helped in breaking them in. You can definitely tell these are well loved. I probably have worn these a lot more than I should have over the season. I do have some big wear marks on it. You can definitely see that the tops have kind of scuff marks, and kind of the leather, would it be the sealing of it, the color difference, the color change? I think that just comes with wear and just using it. There's definitely some wear on the bottom of the sole, even on the back. And I think this is why I mentioned that I should have sized up, because my heel literally sits on the edge of it. So I don't know if that is causing the discoloration of the, so I've noticed that there's also discoloration here, and I don't know if that's because of, let me see if it's focusing. So as you can see, the discolorations, I don't know if it's because my foot's always touching on the edge or rubbing on it, or maybe the way I walk. So there's definitely a discoloration there, but when you're wearing it, you really can't tell, because the heel is covering it basically. And I did notice, I do have scratch marks all over this. So as you can tell by these shoes, I did not baby these whatsoever at all. In the beginning, I really did, but in the beginning, I also had kind of, I feel like these shoes are a love-hate. You kind of hate them in the beginning because they're not soft, they're not flexible, they're hard. And over time, they just soften up and they kind of mold to your feet. So I don't know if it's, in that way, I feel like it's a love-hate relationship with these shoes. So for me, when I was on the hate part, the hate stage with these shoes, I felt like, like this was probably not the right shoe for me. I was kind of having a bit of regret purchasing it. And at the same time, I had the Alohas, and I felt like they were more flexible, malleable, kind of molding to my flexible, malleable, and just kind of easy to walk around. So I was kind of having regrets. I think that could also be why my Orans have been worn pretty bad, but also like I didn't completely trash it where I would just like walk it everywhere and just throw it everywhere. I made sure that when I'm not wearing it, I would put it in my dust bag, or let it air out and put it on top of my shoebox and not kind of throw it into like my Birkenstocks or something. So for me, I love my Orans, and the color I have is gold. I did notice that they have gotten a bit darker, kind of like how Louis Vuitton's Vachetta leather has a patina over time. And I want to say that these have definitely gotten darker than what I remember it to be, but it could also just be me just seeing it, but it could also just my eyes playing a trick on me, just because it is summer. There are a lot more brown, light brown, different shades of brown colored items in the market, so I don't know if it's that, but for me it seemed like it got a little darker, but I still love it. It goes well with it, with all, it pairs lovely with most of my, it pairs really lovely with a lot of my outfits. And for those who do have wide feet, I think it's worth trying out and going up a size. And maybe if it's too tight, then maybe it might not be the right one. But for me, because for me, I was a bit hesitant too when I first purchased it, because when I tried a 38, it was really tight. And I remember my essay saying, oh, generally people go up half to a full size. It depends on your sizing, and the width of your feet, and like how much, and depending on like the overall size of your foot. So when I tried the 30, it was way too tight. Then I tried a 38 and a half, and it felt better. And also, it could have, it felt a lot better. So, and so I'm very happy that I purchased these. I bought, oh yeah. And purchasing these shoes is the reason why I ended up purchasing the Orans first, was the reason why I purchased the Legends. So let me just put this to the side. So it's funny because for my Legends, I stayed true to a 38. I think overall maybe I could have gone up half a size and it'll still be comfortable, but I was afraid that my foot would just slide around and make it feel really uncomfortable. But for me, these are a bit tight right now on the width side, but that could just be because I have worn these probably 2 times for a very short duration. It was generally, for me, the width of the shoe is still a bit tight and snug, and that could just be because I've only worn it twice, and during that 2 times, it was very short. It was a short duration where I went to the car, to a restaurant, and back. So it wasn't like I was out shopping or at an event or at a party. They were events where I was sitting down and not really wearing it. But with that said, I would say the comfort level of these wedges are as comfortable as any other wedge you would have. The heel is not that high. There's great support, and there's padding on the heel and the ball of your foot, and it's kind of soft, so it does budge, and I think over time as I wear it more, it will become more malleable and just mold to the shape of my foot. So So right now I have the Orans, the Legends. I do want to add an Oasis, most likely in white, but I'm very tempted to buy just another pair of Orans, probably in white, or even silver as the colorway, just because they're just so pretty. They're beautiful, they're comfortable, and it kind of just makes your whole outfit elevated. So that concludes my updated review and feelings about the Oran sandals. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments below. If you are in, and if you like this if you like this type of luxury reviews unboxing, please consider subscribing. Thank you.